put it away.
What? No, what? I'm just checking my text messages.
Come on. You know I know it's Tyler. And do you know how I know? Because you get this glazed look over your face.
Oh, come on. It's really nothing. He just said happy birthday. And then he put the party face emoji and a cupcake.
And a book. What the hell is that about? I don't even know.
You do not want to know.
I don't. I can say Gold Star is bigger than any of us understood. And Gold Star is gonna be the thing that is driving us through this season. I'll say that. And it has reached its ugly tentacles in more places than we realized. And, you know, and we're gonna need the help of the last person we want help from, which is Voit. And so, you know, if I can tee up the season, it's the last thing anybody would expect would be the BAU needing help from a serial killer. And that's the position we find ourselves in, and we hate it. We hate it. We're trying. The BAU is trying to use that against Voit. I mean, what the BAU realizes they need to do is get Voit to be comfortable enough that he slips up. Because Voit is razor sharp, and we're playing the game that he created. And so he's constantly feeling like he's one step ahead of us because he's designed this plan, and we sort of know we have to be the mouse in the situation and let the cat toy with us until we find that moment, you know, where he slips up and gets comfortable enough that we know we can nail him. But until that happens, like, to our frustration, Voit has the upper hand. You know, he has the upper hand on us this season. I feel like Luke hates it more than anybody. I feel like Luke really just, maybe only Tyler Green maybe hates it more than Luke, but I think there's still hope for Tyler Green. He's like, feels like he's gonna get his revenge, but I think Luke is just over this guy. Luke hates the fact that we have to do this, and he's not always quite as cerebral as everybody else, and so I think for Luke, his natural instinct is he just wants to manhandle this guy and put a beating on him, you know, at the very least. And so I think he's just frustrated. He's frustrated with being toyed around, and he's waiting for that moment that he can let loose. And he gets a little break there early on. You'll see. I think the two people Voit should be the most concerned about are Rossi. But Rossi's in on the game with him more than anybody else. I think Rossi, although Voit is inside of Rossi's head, I think Rossi has a handle on it this season in a way that makes him really dangerous for Voit. But I think the person Voit should probably fear the most is the person that fears him the least, for sure, which is Garcia. I think Garcia sees through him. She just sees, like, if you can imagine, she sees this damaged little boy that is Voit, and in some way manages to still see him as a human being and not an animal. Well, the weekly cases for us, you know, our dilemma is always trying to decide, like, are they part of this network that we're after, or are these just, you know, serial killers that are in business in other places, which, you know, is also still going on. And so it becomes really tricky for us to figure out whether or not we're on the tail of something that is actually going to lead us to the bigger case that we're after, or if it's just a moment of being bogged down with, the distraction of having to deal with that case to then get that done and move on to the Gold Star situation. I mean, it's Criminal Minds. All of the cases are sick. I mean, like, you don't want to be on the wrong end of any of these killers, but later on in the season, there are two things. There's some people losing their sight, and I won't tell you how, and there are these other people that are being completely disappeared in a way that's pretty revolting. Yeah. I think the biggest challenge for Luke is, and it's a good lesson for him. I mean, I think he just has to learn to keep that anger inside and keep his head on playing this chess game that he knows he's in. You know, I think that's really his challenge for the season. I mean, their friendship, they've gotta. You're gonna see them spend time together for sure. There's not much else for Luke's personal life. I mean, this season is so packed full of action that, yeah, Luke's fully focused on work, not a whole lot of personal time.